Hello. Kind of doing some study here today, and actually last few days, but particularly today here in Luke chapter 21 and verse 28 is where I'm going to be going in the Word. But I kind of been contemplating some of the things that's been going on in the world. I've been thinking about some of the prophecies that are being fulfilled that indicate that we're nearing the time of the coming of the Lord. And I guess if I was to give you a list of prophecies that are coming to pass that indicate that the Lord is coming, we could make a checklist and we could mark several things off. For instance, the nation of Israel being reborn in 1948 was huge. The fact that for almost 2,000 years she was exiled and driven from her land, but she came back after Harry Truman, the president at that time, and the United Nations declared her a legitimate state. They began to come back. 19 years later, in 1967, in the Israeli-Arab Six-Day War, Israel got their old city of Jerusalem back, just like Jesus prophesied here, in fact, in Luke 21, verse 24, that Jerusalem would be trodden down of the Gentiles till the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. That's still in the process of being fulfilled now because that's not complete yet, but that was a good starting point in 1967. And we talk about earthquakes and all the things that are going on. An earthquake just the other day in Utah. And then we have the one in Japan, and all the earthquakes. I could give you statistics of how amazingly how this prophecy is being fulfilled. In fact, in the past 100 years, it has dramatically escalated as far as the number of killer earthquakes that we've seen and we've witnessed throughout the world. And it's just like Jesus said in Matthew 24 and verse 7 that they would be in diverse places. They would be in various places, weird or strange places, if you want to say it that way, that they would occur. But I guess the number one prophecy, if I had to pick one that was the greatest sign of all that we're nearing the coming of the Lord, would be convergence. The fact that Israel's back in their land again, the fact that we've seen an explosion of technology and travel, just like Daniel chapter 12 verse 4 has said and stated prophetically that would happen. The fact we've seen earthquakes in diverse places, and they're rapidly growing in number as to how many of those are going on. When you also look at famines and false Christs and false prophets and all these things that Jesus said, wars and rumors of wars, a huge one, right? All these things going on that would transpire. But Jesus said it this way. He said in Luke 21 verse 28, he says, "And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh," or near. So the greatest sign we have that we're nearing the time of the coming of the Lord is the sign of convergence. The fact that all these prophecies, not just isolated incidents here and there throughout the decades, but the fact that we're seeing all these prophecies being fulfilled all at the same time, simultaneously, occurring, boom, 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 everywhere. That is an indicator that we're nearing the time of the end. So if that's the case, if the Lord is really coming, and we all know that His coming is soon, it doesn't matter if you're post or pre-trib. The truth of the matter is, be ready, because the Lord can come. He can come. He can come for us before the rapture. So we always have to be ready. So I just wanted to encourage those out there that are looking at things going on. Don't fear, because God has everything in control. All these things are converging, but Jesus looked at it this way. He said, when all these things begin to come to pass, then lift up your eyes, for your redemption draws near. And so just something to think about today. As we go forward, what should we be doing? We should be winning souls. We should be getting on the devices that we have, reaching people, doing Bible studies, encouraging people, sending out texts, witnessing to people, putting our hand to the plow. So just wanted to encourage you with that today. God is in control of all things. He's the author and finisher of our faith, and just something to keep in mind today. God bless you. Have a good day.